back, everybody. It is Aspirant Divine, and I am terribly sorry for my voice. It sounds terrible. I know this. I'm coming down with a cold. However, I've been putting this off, and I feel it's finally time for me to make this video. So, today I am giving my final overall wrap-up thoughts slash review on Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 has just released its final DLC, and I think that this is the point where its life cycle is ending, unless they drop a DLC 5 randomly like they did on Black Ops 3, but I don't see it happening with the funding that they seem to have right now. The budget is terrible, but well, it looks terrible judging by the recent quality of the maps we've been getting. But I decided that it's about time I do my wrap up. So this is gonna be, I don't know how long this video is gonna be. It's just gonna be me going over what's in the game, discussing it, whether it's worth your money, and if so, how much money it's worth you spending. And yeah, I just want to do this. I always do this usually with every Call of Duty that comes out. Um, so let's get right into it. With the first component we're going to look at is the Specialist HQ, because it is by far the smallest, and like in my initial review, it's the most, well, it's the least impressive. It's a shitty tutorial for the Specialists in multiplayer, and really not worth your time. So, you could do it if you really wanted to, and if you want the platinum, you have to do it. Other than that, that's not really worth your time. Watch the cutscenes on YouTube if you're really interested. Otherwise, don't bother. It's a waste of your time. And it is worth literally not. It's worth none of your money, so that's no value to the game. Next up, we're going to Blackout. Blackout is the replacement of the single-player campaign, and in my opinion, that was a bad idea. I would prefer a single-player campaign, but we got Blackout instead. And Blackout in its current state is passable battle royale. I would personally say go ahead and get Apex instead. It's free and it's much better. But if you want a Call of Duty feeling battle royale experience, you'll get it there. And I guess if you do want a Call of Duty experience in battle royale, it's worth going for. Um, it's fun at times. You really need a squad of people to play with. Solo is very, very dull in my opinion. Your friends will make that much more enjoyable. It's got camo grind in there as well, and that's not too bad. It's not terrible to go for dark matter in Blackout, so there's that. And I mean, it's an alright good experience. There's plenty of characters for you to grind out, and a bunch of others if you want to go for. You can pay in the store. I'll get to microtransactions later on in the video though. Overall though, yeah, I think Blackout was a decent outing. And with the rumors of Modern Warfare having a battle royale, I am curious to see how what they're going to change to the formula they've just done here. But overall, it's not bad, and yeah, it does actually add some minor value to the game. Only if you enjoy the Call of Duty's core gameplay loop. If you don't, if you find it pretty average, you'll probably enjoy Apex more than you will this. The multiplayer is one that's very divisive depending on preference in playstyle and TTK values and so forth. Personally, I like slow TTK, um, and I enjoy a more tactical experience in my shooters, and I did not get this here. Black Ops 4 is not that fun for me multiplayer wise. I enjoyed Black Ops 3 more. The specialists really ruined the gameplay experience for me, with especially the new gadgets. They completely throw a wrench in the mix, and the specialist weapons is still just an easier way to get fuck tons of kills. So I don't think that's very good. But if you end up finding you enjoy just the movement and the movement of the game, you can find yourself sinking a few hours in, you might enjoy the grind for Dark Matter. I didn't mind it when I was going for it. I gave up partway through it. I've never got a Dark Matter camo because I always end up giving up because the grind in these games isn't that long lasting. The only one that has kept me going is World War Two, which I only do in bursts where I take breaks. But it's okay. If you enjoyed Black Ops 3s but would have preferred a more boots on ground experience, you'll probably like this a lot. But there's not much for me to say on the multiplayer other than, yeah, it's okay. However, to really talk on it, I have to talk on also. Oh, I should also mention the maps. They're pretty shit. Most of the maps in there are remakes, and the other ones are DLC maps, and they're not great at all. I don't have much to say on the map design because it's not great. Then again, COD map design hasn't been great for a fair amount of time. So yeah, it's just more shite maps, unfortunately. Remakes aren't terrible, but a lot of them do feel really bad with the new movement and so forth that Black Ops 4 has. Again, personal preference on how you like to play your Call of Duty. Me personally, it doesn't really jive with me. So, in my opinion, the multiplayer is not really worth that much. But I guess yeah, I can see some value out of it. Before I get into the zombies, I want to touch on the microtransactions, as the microtransactions in zombies is very minimalistic. They're still terrible, but they're not the main beast here. Black Ops 4 has several microtransaction layers to it, and I'm going to break those down to you right now. We have the initial Battle Pass tier system, which is a tier system, and the length of it depends on the season, which you can level up in game, or you can purchase tiers to level through faster. Buying that tier system is not a thing. You just get that straight away. To level it though, you have to play it, or you can buy it, or you can do challenges to unlock more. On top of that, though, there is the reserve system, which has thousands of fucking cosmetics in there, and wouldn't you guess it, game-changing weapons in there. And the only way to get those is to play the game, and I think like every hour you get one. However, they get duplicates. There are duplicate drops, but those cost 6 normal drops to get. Yeah, not great. There is also a store where you can buy select things that are limited to the store. Blackout characters are some of them, weapon cosmetics are there, and so forth. So you can kind of see now how the microtransactions are layering on top of each other. So there's more and more and more, and it's ridiculous. Like some melee weapons, for example, are completely locked behind the store. So like there was a hammer a while back. Probably heard about this, but it costs $30 to buy a hammer. That's fucking insane. um, it's not great. It's the worst microtransactions we've seen in a Call of Duty so far, and I really hope Modern Warfare is gonna hopefully improve upon it and not be as bad as this. But not holding bated breath, as Modern Warfare is arguably a more popular franchise than Black Ops, so that's got me a bit worried, to be honest. Um, if it was just a tier system, I wouldn't mind it. I actually enjoyed the tier system in the first few months of the game. It was pretty good. You could buy it if you wanted to. You didn't have to, and and if you play it every single day, it's like if you got one kill on Blackout or you won one game multiplayer every day, you get a tier, and then you just get that by playing every day basically. That was really good. I really liked that, but kind of went downhill. So yeah, and I'll touch on the zombie microtransactions before I get into the zombies. The microtransactions are for elixirs, which are your supplement replacements for gobblegums. Um, they're dumb. I'll always say gobblegums are fucking dumb, especially if you can buy them, because it's giving you a direct advantage in terms of like Easter egg hunting and so forth. I hate that with a passion. So your world first completion could just go to some dickhead who's got a fuck ton of perkaholics and shopping freeze, so you can get the whole map open, always have fucking max perks, and basically just go through that really easy. And especially with Black Ops 4's generally easier um, engine with zombies, it's just unfair to those who are actually going to put in the time but don't actually have all those things from just bad luck and not from paying the game. So I mean, love them, hate them. I mean, some people argue just don't use them. I say that I really wish elixirs were disabled during like the first week of a map drop to make the completion of an Easter egg more impactful. That's just me. That's a personal thing. I don't know if people agree with that or not, but I'm just throwing that out there. There's also talismans, which are another game-changing thing. They're rarer than whatchamacallums. They're rarer than the elixirs, and yeah, not that interesting. But that's them in a nutshell. I don't want to spend too long on this because it's very very minor stuff. In terms of maps, you have a fuck ton of them. The problem is most of them are pretty shit. You have Blood of the Dead, which is a Mob of the Dead remake, which is very very bad. Don't play it. Really don't play it. Just go fucking play Mob. And if you don't have an Xbox One, Xbox 360, or a PS3, go buy a PS3 and get Black Ops 2 and play Mob on that. Best map of all time, by the way. Just saying. You have Classified, which is a 5 remake. Actually, a pretty decent remake. I think it does suffer from a few I'm a very big stickler for the fact that the Aether maps should not feature these new gameplay mechanics that Black Ops 4 has introduced in Zombies, with the removal of Jug, double speed, increased to 200, increased to 4 hit down permanently, those type of things. I don't think that should be a feature. But overall, it's actually a decent map. Then you had Voyage of Despair, which is an average map at best. I don't mind it, but it's very, very big for no real reason, in my opinion. It's just done that for size. Say it's the biggest map, so yeah. Then you have, following on that, you have Nine, which is very fun. Nine's a very good map if you want a nice chilled out zombies experience. Not terrible. Um, then you got Dead of the Night, which increased the new Chaos storyline, which was enjoyable. Didn't mind it. Then you followed to Ancient Evil, my third favorite map of all time. I love Ancient Evil. Ancient Evil is incredible. A really good map. But then you got Alpha Omega, the next day of the map, which is a Nuketown remake, and all the new stuff are just assets used from Blackout. Yay! And it was a 2D cutscenes. And then we got Tag der Toten, which was a Call of the Dead remake. You starting to see a theme here with the remakes in the other story, which used assets from, guess what again? Blackout. And terrible cutscenes, terrible ending to the zombie storyline. For the Chaos maps, yes, zombies is worth playing. Either go play Black Ops 3. You'll enjoy it much more, trust me. So, coming to a conclusion, what did I think of Black Ops 3? Black Ops 4, sorry. During its life cycle, Black Ops 4 was a consistent amount of disappointments. Its launch was terrible. Its initial support in zombies, especially, which is where I mainly spent my time, was horrifically bad. Blackout was okay always, but never terrific. Multiplayer has been an unbalanced mess for the entirety of its life cycle. And yeah, it just hasn't gone well. The release of DLC maps in the Chaos storyline kept me going. I always enjoyed those. But the end of Ancient Evil and going back to Aether was a real fucking punch to the gut for me. And moving back to these terrible subpar maps that are clearly just no budget, no time, no budget was put into these, and therefore the quality of them was so low, was a big thing for me. It really hurt me. Um, and at the end, we got a terrible end to the zombie storyline. Multiplayer still remained in a terrible state. Blackout is still passable, but not terrific. Microtransactions are strewn throughout the game. They got worse as time went on. Treyarch clearly wasn't listening to the community whatsoever. And it just came to an all-round kind of bad ending. So, how much is Black Ops 4 worth, and do I think it's worth your time? I give Black Ops 4 a flat 4 out of 10 in quality, which is a shame because so there's definitely redeeming qualities in Black Ops 4, and I won't deny that. If you are looking for a new battle royale experience that you think you would enjoy, and you have some friends going with you, and you do enjoy Call of Duty's core gameplay loop, I would say it's worth picking up the game for Blackout. I'd say about 15, 28. This is AU, not American here, so do your conversions if you want to do that. But 15 to 20 AU is about how much I'd say you should drop on the game. If you really want to give the multiplayer a go, sure, I can't give you a value estimate because I really don't think it's worth your money, especially with the fucking weapons being locked behind drops again. So I'm just gonna say maybe I don't know, fucking $5. That's how much the multiplayer's worth. I mean, if you can get the game for like 25 and get Blackout thrown in, that's not terrible. But yeah, it's not that good. Zombies, however, where it gets a bit interesting because you have to kind of factor in the season's pass or the Black Ops pass. The reason I didn't factor that in before with the multiplayer is because the maps are basically the maps just aren't played in playlists, so there's no point bringing them up that much. Um, the first two DLCs are very good. Dead of the Night and Ancient Evil are very enjoyable maps. I don't know if you can buy separate DLC packs in Black Ops 4 or not. You might have to just buy the pass, and that's where I'm kind of antsy for recommending this to you. Because while I do love Dead of the Night and Ancient Evil, you also have to pay for Alpha Omega and Tag the Totem, which I don't think are worth the money. So if you can get the Black Ops Pass for cheap and you get the game for cheap, or you can bundle it in for a pretty decent deal around like 40, $50, you get Blackout, which is a nice enjoyable experience, and the Chaos Zombies to play through. I'd say that's about worth it, especially if you have friends who either already have it or are looking at getting it as well for cheap. That's good. Other than that, though, don't bother. Really don't bother. If you really want to look up the story, Vixaru now, is not a terrible place to look at it. Johnny J 24, Johnny J 25, I think his name is a pretty good breakdown of the story stuff. And if you want a general look at the gameplay and stuff, you can find that on this very channel. I have gameplay for every map of the game. So, yeah, that's where I really have to end here. It's a shame that I have to be so negative in this video because I used to love Treyarch, but at this point in time, they've just kind of lost what really made them them. But yeah, that is my Black Ops 4 final look back. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit of an odd one for me to film, as I have to be so negative. Usually I'm pretty positive. Like Infinite Warfare and World War II, I was both very positive in, but this just really was a bad year for COD. To be honest, I'm hoping it gets better. I am a COD fanboy at heart. I do love Call of Duty, but it has to be quality, not quantity. And that's where this game fell through. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more like it, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions about smaller details that I glossed over in this look back, comment. I respond to any comment that's a question that I find. Well, if it's a question and it's not a fucking insult and shit, I'll respond to it. If you want to see more like this, I have other videos like this on my channel, and I have a few in the works. I have a really big one, which has required me to collect a lot of footage, writing a script, and so forth, which is a first for me. I don't usually do that, so that's fun. But yeah, I'm gonna go lay down because I feel really sick. And I just wanted to film this video quickly. I will see you in the next one, guys. Peace, and have a good day.